as my students like to call me. That is short for vigilance. Okay. So you have 6 words up here that you see. You have range, accuracy, lexical, synonyms, collocation, and word formation. So before there's a video that comes after this. So I just wanted to kind of pick your brain and see, based on these words that we have here, what do you think the video is going to be about? And just unmute your mic real quick. Oh, excuse me. All right. Just unmute your mic real quick. Oh, well, I gave the answer. Well, okay, so that was easy, right? It's going to be about lexical resource. And lexical resource has to do with, does anybody know what a lexical resource is? Sorry about that, my kids. Does anybody know what lexical means? Anyone? Can you guys hear me? Okay, all right. So going forward, lexical means vocabulary, using the vocabulary that you use. So you have different ways that the criteria is judged. You have the range, accuracy, you have the synonyms that you use, the type of vocabulary, you have collocation, and you have the word formation. As we go on in the video, I'd like you to keep those words in mind, because those are things that you're going to be able to, if you don't know already, you will be able to get the meaning of it and, you know, get a little more insight of what it means. And then after that, then we can talk some more about it, okay? Excuse me. Apologize. Technical difficulties here. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, so now we finished the video. Okay, so the video touched on a lot of things. Okay, and one of the first things excuse me, one of the first things we see in the video that they mention is the use of synonyms in the writing test 1 and test 2. And that's something that's really important on the IELTS exam, because oftentimes from looking at the test question, okay, so you have to be able to first paraphrase, and then you have to be able to give a list of what you agree or disagree with, let's say, or what your opinion is, or like this, there's about 5 different types of questions they will ask you: advantages, disadvantages. And within that writing, you're going to have to be, in order to make your writing piece not so mundane, you will have to be able to use synonyms effectively. Okay, so it's very important. And a lot of people confuse synonyms with words that mean almost the same. No, it's words that have the same meaning. Okay, so for example, if you look at here, my car needs fuel. Okay, and then we have my car needs petrol. Okay, those two, fuel and petrol, are synonymous of each other. So this is an example of what you'll be expected to do on the IELTS exam. So learning synonyms is very important. And when you're practicing your writing, they have things like Grammarly or dictionary.com, or even in Word, they have the spell check. So you have all of these tools available to you to help you enhance your writing. And that's one of the things that the level of vocabulary that you use really sets the tone to decide whether you get a 6, a 7, an 8, or a 9 on the exam. Okay, so let's continue to the next slide. Okay, so when they talk about collocation, all right, collocation are word combinations. Okay, in English, we have certain phrases, okay, or 2 words or more that work together. Okay, and I use the phrase make homework because I know that is a phrase that is commonly used in the Arabic language. You said make a lot. Okay, I don't think there's really, I'm sure there is a word that's related to do, but that's not often used. And my students, I find, they always say make homework, So it's not make homework, it's do homework. So these are the combination of words that work, that makes sense. And there's a huge list of them. You have the words that work with do, you have the words that work with to, you have the words that work with have to, and the list goes on and on. So that's also very important when the examiner is looking at your writing piece. They're looking to see, are your words collating? Are they making sense? Or do you have the right combination, to get that desired score? All right. And last but not least, word family. Now this is big because in English, we have a lot of words, root words, and then we make other words off of those root words. And it is the same in most other languages as well. However, for a non-native speaker, you may not know all of those words in the family. And even for some native speakers, we don't know everything. We have to go to the dictionary sometimes. We have to ask a question or, get help from the spell check and word, all those things. We're not, just because we're native speakers, that doesn't mean we know the full understanding of the English language in totality. Okay, so if you take a look here, we have the word real. Okay, so we have reality, really, realize, unrealistic. And I'm sure that there may be some other words related to this root word, real, that we can come up with. But you want to keep in mind that they're all used differently, So you can say, in reality, okay, or I really like that dress, or this is a really great class, Miss V, or, oh, that's just simply unrealistic. We can't get that done. Do you realize what time it is? Okay, so, as you can see, there's so many different ways that you can use that word from that root, from that base, you know, and understanding that, again, will help you to choose the right word in the right place, and also to be able to impress the examiner, because that is what they're looking for, okay? And if you go back to the beginning of this presentation, lexical resource is just one of the 4 criteria that you will be scored on. And it's very important, because I know a lot of students like, I'm going to stop the screen sharing now. Okay, so I know a lot of students, they like to, they say, I want to get a 7, I want to get an 8, I want to get a 9, you know, but understanding what that means is very important, okay? If you're trying to get a 6, 7, 8, or 9, then your vocabulary needs to be high level. It really needs to be high level. So, you know, your practice of your vocabulary, you should have a dictionary, you should have common IELTS words. There's a lot of things that, resources that you should make available to yourself. And I will guide you with that also in the class, so you can understand